In this video, I'm going to talk about financial scams to avoid, boiler rooms. Stay tuned. Hey traders, a very warm welcome to you. Okay, so financial scams to avoid. One of the big ones is boiler rooms. Now, you may have seen the actual film Boiler Room, good one to watch for entertainment purposes, same as Wolf on Wall Street. We kind of know what it's all about. It's really about salesmen in a room, that's why it's called a boiler room, with a bunch of phones and a list, and they're just dialing. They're dialing people, trying to get them to buy stock. So you get a cold call from somebody you don't know, and says, hey, my name's Bill Smith and I'm calling from, Golden Brokers Limited, whatever it may be, and I've got this great opportunity for you. Most people are going to hang up the phone, not interested, but there's going to be somebody who says, hey, tell me more. This is when they're going to come in with this whole kind of sales pressure tactics. They're going to offer you to invest in a stock that they think they've got they're going to say they've got a special allocation of, or pre-IPO, or they're going to have something that suggests that you can only do it through them. And it may well be true. It may well be complete and utter fabrication. They might have no stock at all. They might be selling imaginary stock. There are boiler room, incidents where people have just sold stock that's not even there. They just said it, made up a company, made up some complete nonsense about it, and sold stock on it. They may actually have allocation to IPO, but they're going to sell it at a massive premium, or maybe they're on some kind of hefty commission for selling this. Whatever it is, generally, it's not going to be in your interest. If someone cold calls you to try and sell you stock, you've got to have a big alarm bell ringing. The alarm bell is like, hey, if it's this good, generally speaking, private clients of brokers will get a phone call and be told about something. They'll be saying, hey, do you want to take up an allocation of your IPO? Do you want this? Do you want that? That's the relationship that's already formed with a client. Now, there's nothing wrong with people cold calling or generating new business, but for a business as such, that's how the business world works, isn't it? People are reaching out to people all the time, trying to do deals and what have you. But cold calling individuals to sell stock, that's when you go, hey, hang on a second, something's not quite right. They'll say things like, hey, you must act now because we've only got a day to do this, it's going to happen tomorrow, whatever. Make the pressure on you to do the deal right now, so you haven't got time to go away and think about it and actually change your mind. That's the last thing you want. They want to have you, get you hyped up, then they want to say create the urgency, then want to get to pull the trigger. So it's this kind of cycle that go in, this psychological sales tactic. They'll be unregulated. These boys in boiler rooms are normally situated overseas, where they're kind of outside of the law, using the phone to dial in, and they'll say they might lie and say, yeah, I'm in London, or I'm in New York, or wherever it may be. But in reality, they're somewhere completely unregulated, that just dialing from a beach hut somewhere, and no one even knows what they're doing. So that's something, if you ever get that call and you ever half get involved in it, is to say, hey, you guys regulated, who are you? Do your due diligence. And really, I guess this isn't for you watching this. This is going to be for somebody who perhaps gets cold called, or to warn any of your family and friends about this. If you're a trader, you're probably savvy and understand how this world works. If you're not a trader and you're kind of new to the channel and you just kind of approach this video, then yeah, be cautious about this boiler room things. And what else we've got to look out for? It's the high return promises. It's that carrot they dangle in front of you, and they say, hey, you know what, we've made X% returns, or this is going to make 1,000%, or this is the other. You've got to take a step back from your situation and go, hey, let me look at all the things here. This guy's cold called me, I don't know him. I don't know if he's regulated or not. I need to check that. He's given me a pressure for time sales. Now, of course, that's a selling tactic used throughout. If you're going to buy a carpet, or you're going to buy a hi-fi or whatever, that's standard kind of practice. Sale ending tomorrow. But when these are all combined with a high ticket item like stock, a cold call, high pressure, time to act now, they're unregulated, they're expecting high returns, this is when you've got to say, hey, you know what, I need to get off the phone here and go and do some due diligence. Maybe they're a legitimate broker and they're trying to tout for business, but unlikely. Not many legitimate brokers cold call and try and sell stock. They might try and get your business, say, we're a broker, can we have your account, blah, 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 whatever it may be, and get in touch with you like that. I'm sure that goes on. But selling stock over the phone, boiler room territory. And I'd say those two videos, Boiler Room, Wolf on Wall Street, well worth checking out, because that shows you the kind of entertainment value behind it. But really, it's not funny, is it? Because a lot of people are losing money to these scams, which is unfortunate. So keep an eye out for those boiler rooms. Watch out. And if you know anybody who kind of gets cold called by them, just say to your family and friends, hey, don't ever, ever part with any money over the phone without doing a bit of due diligence first. This whole nonsense about you've got to pressurize to act now is purely to get you to do the deal there and then. So give them that warning sign and you can help somebody not get scammed. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.